That is coming pretty close to a critical level, which we'll take a look at today. And when I mean a critical level, of course, I'm talking short term level. Over the long term, I am not worried about VET at all. I hold VET and I'm looking for great things in 2024. But the fact of the matter is, this softness that we have seen across really all of crypto over the past 4 or 5 days is affecting VET. You can see as I'm making this video right now, all crypto is in red, at least of the coins that I am watching. And so that's just softness that we're seeing across the market. And we'll talk about that in just a moment so we can get a better idea of what's going to happen with VET. Of course, VET over the past 2 weeks, we will not complain, has increased from this area right here of about 0.033 to 0.035, this blue level. It needed to break through that level, and I made a video on the day that it did break through. And I was expecting that if it did break through, it would go up and challenge these previous highs right here back in the late part of December. But of course, it did not do that, much to my delight. It broke strongly through the 0.04 level, took off and tagged the 0.05 before sliding down. Really, since the 16th of February, we're in about a week worth of drifting down here in VET. As you can see by some of the levels I have marked here, this 0.042 is a minor level of support, and we are definitely looking at hitting that and moving on below. At least that's the way it looks right now today. Now for me, today just started on TradingView about 2 hours ago, so this bar right here is very new and will last another 22 hours as of the time I'm making this video. But you can't argue with the weakness we have seen in VET over the last week. This is the level I'm looking at right now, this 0.042. I'm going to go back in time here and try to see why I have that marked. I have it marked because it's a minor resistance. It is right here this week. It looks like back in May of 2021, it kind of touched this level and bounced back up. So it's a minor resistance level or support level that we're looking at here. That one's not as big as this 0.04. Obviously, 0.04 right around here is a big round number. Humans deal in round numbers. We recognize round numbers. So people program algorithms around those round numbers. It's pretty clear that this is a minor level of support. But right here, I'm about to draw a level roughly right there. I'm trying to get a level from 0.04, and this is going to be estimating it right here. 0.04 to the top right here back in on the 26th of December of about 0.0392. All that to say, minor level here that we're wrestling with now. Major level here, 0.04 and a little below. You can clearly see we have a level that we're going to, if we get down to this level and fall to this level, that's going to be where we want to watch. Will VET fall below, or will we get some kind of bounce off and maybe some relief from this drifting down that we are seeing in VET and across crypto? We are drifting simply because Bitcoin has run out of gas for now. It has run out of momentum. That has also been clear as I switch to the Bitcoin chart. That has also been clear that since we have run up from about 38 and a half back on 23rd of December, we have definitely met resistance right here at this 51 to 53,000 level, basically a 52,000 level area. We've gone a little above it. We've gone a little below it in the past week, but we have not really gone far. As you can see, however, though, look at where we are over the last few days. Definitely have been seeing lower highs. This level right here that I have marked on Bitcoin is roughly 50,300 to 50,600. It fits nicely here because you can see the bottom of this level is at the top of these two wicks several days ago. And the top of this level is at the bottom of this wick, bottom of this wick. The market reacted here, dove a little bit deeper into the gray, but the market picked it up. Buyers came in. And right now, as I've already mentioned, The day for trading view is only 2 hours old, but you can see already we're printing a red bar and slipping down. This level of support, like any level of support or resistance, is much, I always think of it as a door. The more times the door is kicked, the more chance there is of the door falling down. So far, this gray level here has been kicked once, twice, 3 times for a lower low, and we're working on a fourth already today. That's not a good sign. All right. So this softness in the market for Bitcoin is what's causing VET and the other altcoins to kind of drift down. Bitcoin, at least at this stage, Bitcoin is rising up, as we've seen over the last bit. As Bitcoin has risen, altcoins don't rise by the same percentage and they don't rise at the same time. Altcoins are delayed in their rise when following Bitcoin, but over time, Bitcoin tends to pull those up. So you'll see these altcoins pop off at random times, random intervals, just random altcoins. Sometimes you just don't know why VET. Like, why did VET about a week and a half ago now just pop up 40%? Who knows? All altcoins didn't do that. VET was one that did. So the altcoins tend to pop up at regular or random intervals, but when Bitcoin levels off, as we have seen over the past week and going on longer now, these altcoins tend to drift. Okay, they need that momentum during this phase to be pulled up. Altcoins are not moving up. Altcoins are not in a bull run. This is not altcoin season yet. All the money is flowing into Bitcoin, so we are heavily dependent on Bitcoin. These altcoins, most of them will not go by themselves. They are going to follow Bitcoin, which is why it's very important to know what's happening in Bitcoin. There's several reasons to think that Bitcoin is going to fall from this level here. One, as I've already mentioned, we keep battling and pushing against this level of support in gray. If we break that, it would be no surprise for us to break below 50,000 and continue on down to the 48,000 level to see how the market reacts. Number two, let me show you the RSI. RSI is a pretty common indicator across all financial markets. It's used to kind of measure how extended is a financial instrument. When the RSI gets above 70, noted right here, that generally means that instrument has run up too much, quote unquote, too much. It's called being overbought, and oftentimes that instrument will now give back some gains and move back down to the moving averages. Well, that's exactly where we are, or were anyway, right here on Bitcoin. We were in the overbought area. And so tendencies are, it doesn't always happen, but tendencies are, that is an indication we've kind of run out of momentum, at least temporarily, and could expect a move down. Thirdly, here is the halving expected in April 20th. Historically, by looking back, experts looking back at the historical Bitcoin behavior before halving cycles over the last several times, they see that before the halving, we have a run up in Bitcoin, which we've clearly had. About 4 to 7 weeks before the halving, which we are coming up on, we're less than 2 months from the halving now. About 4 to 6 weeks before the halving, you'll generally see Bitcoin retrace 10, 20, and sometimes 30%. I'd be surprised if we retrace 30% here in this market. That would put us down to about around 35, 36, 37,000. I'd be surprised. I'd be surprised. But I could see us falling 10 or 20%, which would put us between this 40 and 45,000 range. Historically, we've done that, and then we consolidate through the halving. We wait a handful of weeks, a couple of months after the halving, and then the bull run begins in earnest. That's historically how Bitcoin has behaved before halvings. So that's 1, 2, 3 reasons I've given you which indicates Bitcoin could fall. So it would make perfect sense if we woke up tomorrow morning and saw Bitcoin at 54,000, because crypto is completely it's as much of chaos, right? It's hard to predict. And so I've been listening to people smarter than me trying to figure out, is Bitcoin going up? Is Bitcoin going down? What's going on with Bitcoin? And they have said they don't know. And there's really no good indication of any way. Well, there's not a great indication to say. So it could go up or down. But guys, I'm looking at this chart right now. Everything about this, if I didn't know anything about this was a Bitcoin chart, I didn't know what chart I was looking at, I would call whatever I was looking at with this price action here, we're going to break below this gray level. So if that happens, be prepared for VET to break as well. Certainly, if we get down into the 40 and 45 thousands with Bitcoin, we will definitely hit this 0.04 level. There's a good chance we'll see how the market reacts here. It didn't provide any support or resistance here. We blew through it. So that means we could perhaps blow through it going down. I'm not going to call out this blue level yet because that's just too far down the road. But I will say if we do get this Bitcoin retrace coming up that could happen based on historical evidence for previous halvings down into the 40, 45,000s, y'all know that's going to fall. How far? We'll have to decide that in a few videos later once Bitcoin starts moving. But I'm just giving you a heads up. You might be in a position, if you're in VET or any altcoin really, where you're going to have to be prepared to go through a little drawdown so we can get prepared and enjoy the next run up. Okay? So that is my update on VET. There's a lot going on right now. Well, actually, there's not a lot going on right now. Broadly in the crypto market, we're kind of stuck with Bitcoin. I'm telling you, though, that does not look good in any way. It looks like we're even pushing for lower lows now. We'll watch the price together, and let's see what happens with VET. Long term, I'm in VET. Long term, I'm holding VET through 2024 and into 2025. Long term, I think we'll be fine. But look, we might have some red days and some more red days coming up on VET. We'll watch and see.